Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm Malicious Female Fan Steve Malicious here, and it wasn't that long ago I was talking about someone on eBay who is selling new open box Nokia Lumias from 7-8 years ago. So of course I did what any responsible adult would do, and I bought all of them. We saw the Nokia Lumia 900s. Today it's the Nokia Lumia 920, and it's an odd coincidence because just this morning someone put in a comment saying, hey, more Windows Phone 8 content. Bizarrely specific, but that's exactly what you're going to get. The Nokia Lumia 920 if I hold it right side up in Windows 8. Today on this edition of Steve Malicious Tech. And we're back as always. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers getting oh so close to 2,700. If you're loving the old tech, the Windows Phone, go ahead and give that subscribe button a tussle. It certainly means a lot to me. And Cheerthy helping us out today as well. Little plush that my wife got me. Look how cute that is. With a little pink on the bottom belly. But let's open this guy up. The Nokia Lumia 920. This is getting into these older. Oh man, there it is. From AT&T. These were new old stock, I believe. It might have even been returns or something, open box returns or something, but it has everything in it. And the great thing about it, it's got a little bit more heft to it than the, than the 900. Ever so slightly, but yes, there is more heft to this. But you can see the design language pretty similar. It's a little bigger as well, which is to be expected. So we'll go ahead and peel this off on the back. Got the white color, that's what the person had. See, I'm not going to complain because I got the blue and the pink on the 900. So I'm not going to... Oh, you can tell this has been on here for quite a while. Okay, and unlike the other one, which I did not know, I've not had a 920. This is a shiny back device. Kind of a shiny plastic as opposed to the matte texturized plastic on the 900. So we're going to head and take this front part off as well. The texting and driving. Overall solid device. You could see it was kind of the in-between between this generation, the 900... And then you had, the 930 later on, where you're starting to get some of that with the front screen here that you're starting to feel. So let's go through the rest of the box because it is kind of important. NFC, it's quite nice. You got booklets, various things that came with it. Your quick start guide from AT&T. And the other thing that's quite important with the Lumias, and it was like that with the 1020 and also with the 900, the in-box charger that it came with. This is something that we're going to use to make sure that we are able to power it on. Because a lot of times, and this is, I want to know how many. Now, the 1020 did have software issues that would cause a boot loop and cause corruption. But I want to know how many 1020s were brought in for repair and service and exchange because they tried to use a regular micro USB as opposed to the Nokia one that came with it. That might have alleviated some of the problems. And the same thing with the 900. And then with the 920 as well. So let's take a look around the device real quick. Put this to the side here. Overall, nice. Like I said, I was not expecting that kind of piano finish. Not piano black, obviously, but the kind of ivory, shiny finish on the device. Bottom of it, micro USB port. Headphone jack at the top. SIM tray around the side. Camera button. Power button. Volume up and down. Overall, quite nice. We're going to have some residue to get off here because it does really feel like that sticker had been on there for 7 or 8 years. So that's something that we'll clean this off. But what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to spend a while. So this is where I'm going to cut. There's actually going to be an edit in a Steve Malicious video, which is absolutely unheard of. We're going to cut here. We're going to charge it up all the way, put a SIM in it, and then when we get back, we're going to see what fun we can have with Windows 8. Don't go anywhere. And we're back, and what was just a split second for you has been hours for me of trial and error, mostly with error. Well, okay, so I did promise Windows 8, and we are going to be getting some Windows 8.1, but let me first go over what happened. So this comes out of the box with Windows 8, which is fine. but I know that it can be upgraded to 8.1, and that's the bare minimum you need to use the OTC updater, the over-the-cable updater, in order to get it to Windows Mobile 10. So I'm thinking, all right, let me get it to 8.1 over the air, and it should be fine. So I boot it up, start playing with it, go through the menus, I have a SIM card in it, so it's registered with AT&T. I go into the settings, hit update, it won't update. I'm getting an error saying we cannot do it at this time, nothing. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a problem because I have OTA problems with AT&T a lot, especially when I'm changing SIM cards around and doing different things. Sometimes it doesn't update over the air. I got to call them and have it pushed. So I call up a very patient woman at AT&T, and I got to give her credit because this is an 8-year-old device, and she's spending a half an hour with this crazy man on the phone trying to troubleshoot and get an OTA update pushed for a Windows phone from 2012, and not even the most up-to-date version of that phone, trying to get 8.1. She registered the IMEI. She did all this stuff. She tried everything. She tried to push an update. She even went on the internet and tried to find things as well to get it done, and we couldn't get it pushed to the device, even though it should be getting it. So, there is a thing, and I'm going to include the link in the description. If you have a similar issue, if you got an old one like this, that's Windows 8, that for some reason you just can't get it updated, use the Windows Device Recovery Tool. Still available on the Microsoft website. You basically plug that in, you install it on your PC, you plug your micro USB cable in here into your PC, it connects, it actually discovers it, Windows Nokia Lumia 920, updates it to Windows 8.1. So I'm thinking, great. Everything's fine. You know, I tried a little 8.1. We'll go over that in a minute. But I'm thinking, you know what? I really love the design of this, which we're going to go over as well. I want to upgrade to Windows 10. The OTC updater, over-the-cable updater for Windows 10 that I told you about in my Nokia Lumia 830 video, doesn't work anymore. It sort of works, but since Windows 10 support is out the window, you have to update the registry yourself. You have to do registry edits in order to get the OTC update. So whatever, I did it. I did about 6 registry edits, which unless you know what you're doing, I don't even know what I'm doing. But I did it anyway for you guys. I highly recommend that you don't do that. But I did it and it worked. But now I noticed that this, and then it connected fine, but it didn't update to Windows 10. It's just not available for the 920, which I'm shocked at because let's go over the specs. Snapdragon S4 Plus, which is not helpless, okay? This is what powers the BlackBerry Q10, pretty sure, the Z10 as well. So it wasn't helpless, and it is on the list of supported processors for Windows Phone 10. 1 gig of RAM. Also supported. 720p display, which you'd think is supported because of the specs here that are needed. So I was totally confused as to why it wasn't, and a little disappointed because as we're going to go over Windows 8.1, I'm sorry to say for those who are interested, who are looking for it, just doesn't cut it anymore. All right, so let's jump right into it. Sorry this is going to be a longer one, but hey, it's Windows Phone, and if you're here, you're interested in Windows Phone, and hopefully you get some enjoyment out of this. So now, I'm going to include the link in the description for that apps website that we used for Windows 10 apps on my Windows Phone application video, What Still Works, okay? Because it's appssco.pe, and I'll include the link in the description. It'll still work for some things. Instagram will work, okay, using that apps thing. However, Twitter will not. It just basically says the browser is not supported at this point. And look, see, this will work, but you get this really annoying web browsers no longer every time. So you can click out of it, okay? Click out of it, hopefully, and then you could scroll and kind of go through Twitter, and it kind of works. But at least it's something. A lot of sites, you could go on ESPN.com. I was just able to check the score of the game, the playoff football. So you can do some things with it. You can get some news, email, text. Phone calls work fine. Texts were able to work fine. I was able to send a picture. See if I could go ahead and unload that up. Oh no, that was on the last version before I wiped it. But media messaging worked okay. A lot of times that doesn't work on the older devices. Things like that were fine. Other than that, you're not going to get a whole lot of use out of it. But you know what? That extends to Windows 10 as well. So, if you're comfortable with Windows devices at this point and the Nokia Lumia devices, you're used to occasional limitations. So that might not be the end of the world for you. And I'm really disappointed that I couldn't get this updated to Windows 10, because the biggest issue is that while it has the OneNote apps on it, okay, it has OneNote on it, it has OneDrive on it, Office 365 on it, but you can't connect to the servers to log in. So your syncing's not going to be there. It's not going to be across all your devices. So if you're just doing stuff on this one device, you'll be fine. You could use OneNote. You could use Office. You could do certain things. As long as you don't need to connect to the Microsoft servers, you'll be okay. And that's kind of why I wanted to upgrade to Windows 10 on here, because I actually kind of want to use this, because let's go over how cool it is. So we went over those few specs. 4.5-inch display, IPS LCD, 720p. But I'll tell you what, even their LCD displays are better than most. They really are. For back then, their OLEDs were amazing, but their LCDs were bright and vibrant as well, and the blacks were good. Deep colors. The saturation is there more than you'd expect from an LCD panel, especially one from back in the day. The camera, it's okay. It's okay camera. Bluetooth 4.0. You get 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi on here. I was able to connect to my faster Wi-Fi network with no issue. So that's pretty cool. The design is just, I didn't really appreciate it when we first got it out of the box, but using it, I like the heft to it. We talked about how it was a little heavier than the Nokia Lumia 900, which it is. It's a great weight. I love the design cues on this thing. It looks like a stormtrooper is basically what I came up with. You got the kind of blacked out metal here for the Zeiss, the Carl Zeiss stuff here for the camera lens. You got the blacked out buttons on the side of the device. You got the white, the shiny kind of stormtrooper white going on. It's just an overall cool. It's like a Star Wars special edition phone before they had those. And it's just a really neat device, and it feels excellent in the hand. The 4.5 inches and the good weight, it really sits well. Nice screen, like I said, good saturation, so smooth. Those live at this point tiles, but just the unique operating system. If you're okay being limited, you could use it. And I wanted to get this. I wanted to use this thing so bad that I wanted to get it all the way up to Windows 10 so I could do my next Windows Phone application video, what's still working on this device, because I want to carry this thing around for a while. I'm still going to carry it around anyway. Send me emails, stevealicious@gmail.com, and the responses will be from this guy for at least a week. How about that? Go ahead, send me an email, and I'll answer them from there. Oh, and the other cool thing about this phone, by the way, 2012, okay? 2012. As Chirithy helps us out. This is a wireless charging pad. 2012. Wait for it. Wait for it. You got to line it up. Now listen, it's super advanced. You got to line it up perfectly. But if you get it just right, and I practiced, you heard the little tone there? This phone is now wirelessly charging. So all the more painful that I couldn't get Windows 10 on it. But you know what? I'm going to use 8.1 anyway, because I loved 8.1 on my 1020, and I'm going to love it on this 920 as well. So, hope you enjoyed it. It was, like I said, a bit longer, but it's more Windows Phone. Can only be better. At least that's what I think. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. There's plenty more Windows stuff on this channel to come. It's not going anywhere in our hearts, so it's not going anywhere here. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.